Hakait power in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kashab.
Baba Kashab.
Nathanael.
Nathanael.
Hakat.
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 Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kal Makalah.
Kal Makalah.
Wakal Marawah.
Kal Marawah.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazariah.
Hamatazariah.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Lahaki.
Lahaki.
Hamati.
Hamati.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Al-Kawa.
Al-Kawa.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Legarashan.
Legarashan.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Water Aman.
Water Aman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be.
Thank you, so be. It's the plan of best Israel. We hear the name of gun. My gun say the name of a lover. It's like Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Baraklanau.
Baraklanau.
Wayasha'ala.
Wayasha'ala.
Wahabayah.
Wahabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun. The house of Kariash.
House of Kariash.
The house of Kariash.
House of Kariash.
The house of Kariash.
House of Kariash.
The house of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
The house of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
The house of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
Officer Adama.
Officer Adama.
Officer Adama.
Officer Adama.
Officer Adama.
Officer Adama.
The entire Anderson family.
The entire Anderson family.
The entire Lucky family.
The entire Lucky family.
The entire McAllister family.
The entire McAllister family.
The entire Thornton family.
The entire Thornton family.
Eric Martin.
Eric Martin.
Eric Martin.
Eric Martin.
Eric Martin.
Eric Martin.
Done.
The house of Kariash.
The house of Kariash.
House of Kariash.
The house of Kariash.
House of Kariash.
The house of Kariash.
House of Yaradan.
The house of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
The house of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
The house of Yaradan.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Ruthie Skittle.
Ruthie Skittle.
The Billis family.
The Billis family.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done.
The house of Officer Kariash.
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 The house of Officer Yaradan.
The house of Officer Yaradan.
Ivan Sinay.
Ivan Sinay.
Kathy Perez.
Kathy Perez.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done.
The house of Kariash.
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 The house of Yaradan.
The house of Yaradan.
The
The house
house of Yaradan.
of Yaradan.
The house of
The house of
Yaradan.
Yaradan.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Officer Lakab.
Officer Lakab.
Officer Lakab.
Officer Lakab.
Officer Lakab.
Officer Lakab.
The entire Thomas family.
The entire Thomas family.
The Elam family.
The Edom family.
The Webster family.
The Webster family.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done. The house of Kariash.
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 Officer Yaradan.
Officer Yardan.
House of Officer Yaradan.
House of Officer Yardan.
The house of Yaradan.
The house of Yardan.
The house of Officer Lakab.
The house of Lakab.
The house of Officer 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 Lakab.
The house of Arizona.
The house of Arizona.
The house of Arizona.
House of Red.
House of Red.
The house of Redheads.
The house of Red.
The house of Redheads.
All Yashua.
All Israel.
Done.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ahahari.
Mayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isari.
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 Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Waratazah.
Waratazah.
Aitan.
Ayathan.
Namawat.
Zamawat.
Regal.
Regard.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Samar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazar.
Tazar.
Al-Yeh.
Al-Yeh.
Yanika.
Yemika,
Yawamah,
Yawamah,
Hashamash,
Hashemash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaika,
Yakaika,
Wayrak,
Wayarab,
Walayala,
Layala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Makarai,
Yakarai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afnapash,
Akapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'at,
Tazaatka,
Baba Wa'at,
Wawaatka,
Maita,
Mayata,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
I will love in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hill,
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
from which cometh my help.
From whence cometh my
My
help?
help cometh from Yahweh,
I heard coming from your house,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasharah
that keepeth Yasharah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
So shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam,
Alahayah,
Al-Damayah,
Al-Damayah,
Lekah,
Lekah,
All Thakarat,
All Thakaras,
All Tashakwat,
All Tashaquas,
All Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awabika,
Awabika,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka,
Al-Amaka,
Yarayama,
Yarayama,
Sawadah,
Sawadah,
Bayatah,
Wayatha,
Ya'ai Tazawah,
Ya'ai Tazawah,
Al Tazapawayaka,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Marwa,
Amara,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakaki Adam,
Wanakakidam,
Magoya,
Magadi,
Wala'a,
Wala'ai,
Yazakar,
Yasakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yashala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawah,
Nawai Tazawah,
Nabat,
Nabat,
Yukadwa,
Yukadwa,
Ayaka,
Ayaka,
Boya,
Barya,
Yakaratu,
Yakaratu,
Ahoya,
Ahoya,
Adawan,
Adawan,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Adayam,
Alayam,
Mawa Abba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagari,
Wahagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalak,
Wa'amalak,
Palasha,
Palasha,
Am Yasabi,
Amishabi,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawat,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawat,
Hayawa,
Zerawai,
Zerawai,
Nabanya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salam,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamari,
Kamadi,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabi,
Kayabi,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kwayashawan,
Kwayashawan,
Nashamadu,
Nashumadi,
Bayan,
Baya,
Tahira,
Daira,
Hayawat,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adam,
Shayatamu,
Shayatamu,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamua,
Yadmua,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Bakazabah,
Wakasabah,
Bakazabah,
Wakasabah,
Bakazazal Manai,
Wakatazal Manai,
Paul Nasir Kamu,
Call Nasiyakamu,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Marwa,
Amaru,
Naira Shah,
Naira Rashah,
Lanawa,
Nalawa,
Af,
Ah,
Na'awaf,
Na'awa,
Alahayam,
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 Shayatamu,
Shayatamu,
Kagalgala,
Kagalgala,
Kwash,
Kakwash,
Napanya,
Lapani,
Rabaka,
Rabaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Hariyam,
Ariyam,
Khan,
Khan,
Daradatma,
Taradatma,
Basaira,
Basairika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapat,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'ai,
Panyaha,
Banyaha,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Wakwash,
Wakwash,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawah,
Yabashu,
Yabashu,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahal,
Baham,
Adi Ai,
Adi Ai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kapar,
Kapar,
Waya,
Waya,
Abad,
Abad,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'ira,
Da'ira,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawah,
Nabad,
Nabadka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Ka,
Ka,
Hararat,
Haratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make us tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Yasharallah
That the name of Yahshua
may be known no more in remembrance.
We no more remember.
For they have consulted together
They are consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites
and the Israelites
of Moab
and Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
and the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
with Paris and
They
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
And the nobles like a red,
and like Zeeb.
and like
Yea,
yea,
all their princes as Sabbath,
all the princes of Sabbath,
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zalmunna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us say to ourselves,
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
house of Yahweh possess,
O my power,
all my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a
as
wheel,
the stubble before the wind,
as stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storms.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded,
and troubled forever.
troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that they may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
the Most High
over all the earth.
of all the earth.
Sorry, Mr. Turn. Sabbath, you see that?
Right. We're going to be picking up in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10, Salakia, and verse 8.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 8 in Hebrew. Okay. This
Yeah, 10 and 8. Now, where we are in the story, David just defeated Moab, the Philistines. Who else was it? Moab, the Philistines. Say who, Ramar?
Let me get back in here and see.
Oh, okay. But he just defeated a bunch of our enemies and took them captives and made them captives to us. That came to what? All right. And took them captives, you know what I mean? So, and made them our servants. He turned Moab into servants. He turned the Philistines into servants. He's going around defeating all of our enemies and putting them in servitude, which is only right. You know what I mean? They fought with us. They came against us. They lost. Now they got to go into servitude, but not servitude like our oppressors have us in today. You know what I'm saying? We weren't cruel masters like that. You know what I'm saying? Sadistic masters, I should say. You know what I mean? They're going to build our kingdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He put them in servitude to build our kingdom. They built our kingdom then, and just like then, they're going to build our kingdom in the near future.
It's like
All
that,
right.
right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we got Moab, we got the Syrian or Damascus,
Mm-hmm.
and we got he's got some
It's a Philistine.
common kind of Philistines,
Mm-hmm.
and David took like a lot of brands from Betam, Beruthai, and the cities that had as occurred.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that is there.
They took their shields of gold. These brothers, this city was rich. It's like, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, it's like
But he took their shields of gold and took them as as a spoil.
right.
Spoils of war. Spoils of war is the riches of your kingdom, your cattle, your livestock, all of that stuff, your crops, and your people. You know what I mean? So let's pick up where we left off. Verse 8.
Okay, the book of Samuel, 2 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 8 in Hebrew. Wayatasa.
Oh, my bad. Let's get you right. Verse 8. Wait a minute. Second Samuel
Yeah,
10. Mine is wrong. Yours is right. Go ahead.
ويتصاها أوا Ganaya I'm a walk why I walk why I record Malaka Maha.
Hey, Salaka, pause on that. Let me see this. Let me see this for now. What I got over here is different. You got the same thing, Mariah?
Yeah, come.
So it's this app then, huh?
Check my app.
Yeah. 7, 8. Okay, they got it wrong on the app. I'm not surprised. Esau is the devil. Good night. I'm trying to follow along. I'm like, where is the brother reading from? And it's some. All right, you got to keep on, priest.
Malaka Maha Pathaka or Pathak Hashai Ra Wa'a Ram Tasawa Ga'a Wara Ka Waba
Okay.
Wa'a Yash Tawab Wama'ai Kaha Labaram Basha Daha, verse 9. Bashada. Verse 9. Waya Ra Yawa Ab Kaya Haya Hayatha Ala Yawa Panaya Hama'a Lak Hamalakma Mapanayam Wama Wa'ar Mama Akwar Wayabakar Makal Bakawaraya
Say it loud. You got it.
Bakawaraya Bayasharala
Right.
Yasharala Waya I Rock Lakawa Ath Aram verse 10.
Speak up. You're doing good. Say it with some confidence. You got this.
Okay.
All right.
Wa'ath Yatar Ayaim Ha'aim Nathak Nathan Bayad Abashiash Abashia Akayawar Akayawar
No war. Why?
Akayawa.
Akayawa Waya I rock
Mhm.
Akara
Allah.
Ath Akarath
Mhm.
Banaya I'm a one. Verse 11. Waya A Mara. Waya
Mhm.
Waya A
Well, you had it right. Wayamar.
Waya Mar
Am.
Takasa
Takazak.
Takasak Aram Mamanaya
Mhm.
Ya
That's a what?
Waha
Waha.
Yath Laya
Ta. Waha. Yata.
La Yata Laya
Mhm.
Laya Sha Wa I Wa'aim Banaya I'm a one
Mhm.
Yakasa Yakasakwar Yakasakwa Mamayak Mamak Wa'a la Kathaya La A Wash Ya La'an Lan
Laha.
Lahan
Laha wa Shayai.
Laha Washaya
Mhm.
Lock
Say it loud.
Lock
Mhm.
verse 12 Kasakwa Wanataka Sakwa Ba'ai
Mhm.
I manawa waba I the Iwaya alaha yanawa waya ha wa ya I
Read that last one again.
oh waya ha
What's the Lord's name?
ya oh wa Yahweh
Wa Yahweh.
wa Yahweh
Mhm. Keep going.
okay oh ya I shaha hatawab
Mhm.
but I ya na wa verse 13 Wayagash
Mhm.
Yawab
Mhm.
Yahaim
Mhm.
Ashar
Mhm.
Imawa
Mhm.
Lamala Kama Aha Baharam
Mhm.
Wayanata wa Mata na
It's like you were in a sour.
Wayalasawa Mapana wa Yawa
Mhm.
verse 14 Wabanaya
Mhm.
I'm a one
Mhm.
ba
Ra'awa.
Wa'ara
Mhm.
Kaya Nata
It's a something.
In the south.
oh sa Nasa
Mhm.
Kaya Nasa
Mhm.
Aram
Mhm.
Wayanata sa wa Mata Mapanaya Abayashawa Anami Abayashawa Wayaba a war a war I Yara
Mhm. Ha'ayar.
Hayar
Mhm.
Wayashab
Mhm.
Yawa'ad, Ma'ai Law, Banaya, Imoran,
I'm a one.
Wayab,
Wayaba.
Wayabad, Yara, Rashalom.
There you go. I get the English.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 8, in the English. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array at the entering and of the gate. And the Syrians of Sobah and of Rehob and Isupk and Maacah were by themselves in the field. Verse 9, and when Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him, before and behind, he chose of all the choice of men of Israel and put them in array against the Syrians.
Right. So what was happening right here was that Ammon decided that they was going to test their luck. And it said when they saw that they stank in battle, there's a black book. And it said they saw that they stank before David in battle. They hired the Syrians, to come up and all this other stuff. So what you're seeing now is them trying to win a lose in battle. You know what I mean? So they got the Syrians to come up, and when Joab saw what was happening on the battlefield, he chose, the choice men of Israel and put them up against the Syrians. You know what I mean? Because Ammon was so weak and stank in battle so bad, they went and hired more experienced warriors to come and try to defend them. They hired mercenaries, Syrian mercenaries, basically. You know what I mean? And then, so Joab, being the tactician, he said, okay, well, now he put the choice men up in front. That's a heavy word, the choice men. You know what I mean? These brothers were choice. You know what that means. You know what I mean? These are the elite brothers. These were specially selected to go and battle these group of hirelings. You know what I'm saying? That Ammon put up. Keep going.
Verse 10, and the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, Abishai his brother, that might put them in array against the children of Ammon.
So he took everybody else and let his brother handle them so that he could fight against Ammon. You know what I mean? Because Ammon ain't, come on, man. It said they stank in battle. If you a black Hispanic and know some, you know what I'm saying? If somebody doing something like, hey, bro, you stink at that. You know what that means. You completely suck. You are not good. Why don't you just give up? You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And he said, if the Syrians be too strong for me, then those shall help me. But the children of Ammon be too strong.
Read that again.
But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, then I will come and help thee.
So he's saying, if it happens that these Assyrians is too strong for me and these choice men, these men that I chose, you come and help me. But he's put them in a location where they can back, you know what I mean? They can have each other's back. They're fighting on two different fronts, but they can support each other. So whoever is facing the stronger enemy can come, the backup, the one that's facing a weaker enemy can actually come and back them up. You know what I mean? Which is a very excellent and wise strategy. You know what I'm saying? You set certain men against the ones who are apparently strong, and then you put everybody else against the rest. And that's not saying everybody else is weak or feeble or nothing. It's just the rest of the army. I got this platoon over here to go against these guys. You fight the rest of the main battle is against Ammon. Now, if Ammon start overpowering y'all, we gonna come and help you. You know what I'm saying? If they're the stronger enemy. But if the Syrians are the stronger enemy and they start to overpower us, you come and help us. You know what I mean? So that's just number one, that's brotherhood on the battlefield. And number two is excellent war strategy. Keep going.
be of good courage, and verse 12, be of good courage, and let us play
Mhm.
the men of our people,
For our people.
uh-huh, and for the cities of our God,
Mhm.
and the Lord do that which seemeth him good.
So he said, let us play the men for our people. You know what I'm saying? Be of courage, stand strong. You know what I'm saying? Let's go out here and be the men that our people need us to be. You know what I'm saying? Let's protect the what he said, let us play the men for our people. What do men do in a relationship or in a kingdom? Anybody? What's a man's role? Us? To who?
To rule and to put order.
It's another word with a P. A man is in a household. Go ahead.
Provider,
Another P word.
protector.
There we go. No, it's all good. So that's saying, let us be of good courage. Let us play the men for our people and for the cities of our gods. What are you trying to do to the cities for your God? You want to protect them. You know what I mean? You want to be the protector. You want to be the hedge. You know what I'm saying? You want to be everything that your city needs you to be. You want to be that man for your city. Make sure no harm comes to it. You know what I mean? And he said, let the Lord do that which seemeth good to him. If we stand up like we're supposed to be as men, if we plan our roles righteously as men and doing what we're supposed to be, the Lord is going to do what's good to him. And what it said, if the Lord is with us, no one can be against us. So we're going to stand up. He's saying, let's stand up, be of good courage. Let's stand up and be the men that we're supposed to be and let the Lord handle it. You know what I mean? Read.
Verse 13, and Joab drew nigh, and the people that were with him unto the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before him.
So Joab took the choice men, encouraged them, and said, yo, let the Lord handle this with us. And when he got against the Syrians, who Ammon thought was going to be so mighty and change the tide of battle, what happened? Syrians ran. They kicked so much butt, the Syrians retreated. You know what I mean? Keep going, Karam.
Verse 14, and when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, then fled they also before Abishai, and entered into the city. And Joab returned from the children of Ammon and came to Jerusalem.
So when Ammon saw, you know what I mean? Man, we hired the Syrians because they supposed to be strong. They supposed to be them dudes. We hired them on to help us win this war. They took a platoon, basically of men, went over there and beat the hell out the Syrians and made them run away. When you see the ones that you think are stronger than you run away, what you gonna do? You gonna run. You know what I mean? Well, you meaning the heathens. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? But unless we're told to retreat, now the man up in here is running. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing on that battlefield. They were not told to retreat. Our men will fight to the death. You know what I mean? And lose until we're told to retreat. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord was with us. We played the roles that we're supposed to play as men to protect the cities of our gods. And we dispersed the enemies and then headed back to Jerusalem, headed back home. Battle done. Good day's work. You know what I mean? I will call up the next priest.
Mr. Stan. Next priest.
Everybody jump up at once.
Is that registry?
Asha'ayir, Ben Yehoiada, Ben Yasharallah.
Asha'ayir, Ben Yehoiada, Ben Yasharallah.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbarakatham.
Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbarakatham. I ain't gonna lie, I love these. I love reading about our victories. You know what I mean? For me, it's real encouraging. Ever since we've been reading the story of David, it's seemed like a lot of things that have happened in this, in these stories since we got into 2 Samuel. Have y'all noticed that? A lot of stuff that we've been reading in 2 Samuel has been coming true right now. with us. Scriptures is repeating themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things going on in 2 Samuel that we can correlate to what's going on right now in real life with the Isupk concerning our enemies in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? From things that they're doing, disrespecting elders, to not being honorable men. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on right now. The battle that we are currently in, you know what I'm saying, with the purple police, the Lord is with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Remember that. Keep your honor, be the men that, and Salaki, I ain't trying to be, you know, like, this ain't no class, so Salaki, I don't want to get checked. But as it said, let's be the men. Let's play the men for our people. You know what I'm saying? Let's be the men for our people. Play a lot of times in the battle. When they say let the young men play, that means to go out and fight. You know what I'm saying? And that means to go out and practice. That means to go and fight. That means to go to war. That means to go to battle. So when it says, let's be the men for our people, let's be the fighters. Let's be the warriors for our people. You know what I'm saying? And let the Most High do what he sees as good when we go against our enemies. Khan? All right, Khan. Let's get back to it. Salakia.
Come. Book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10 and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wayara'ah, Aram, Kaya, Nagap, Lapanaya, Lapanya, Yasharala, Waya Asapwa, Yakad. Verse 16. Waya Shalak, Hada the Izar, Waya Taza'ah, Ath, Aram, Ashar, Ma'aibar, Hanahar, Waya Ba'awa, Kayalum, Washawabak, Shar, Tazaba'ah, Hada the Izar, Lapanya Hum. Verse 17. Waya God, Ladawad, Ladawada, Waya Asap, Ath, Kal, Yasharala, Waya Ibar, Ath, Hayaradan, Hayaradan, Waya Ba'a, Kala Ama, Waya Irakwa, Aram, Lokwara Ath, Dawada, Waya Lakmawa, Imawa. Verse 18. Waya Nas, Aram, Lapanya, Lasharala, Waya Harag, Dawada, Ma'aram, Shabai, Ma'awath, Rakab, Rabayam, Alap, Parashim, Wa'ath, Shawabak, Shar, Tazaba'awa, Hakah, Wayamath, Shum. Verse 19. Wayaroyua, Kal, Hamalakium, Imadia. Oh, come. Ibadia. Hadada Izar. Kaya. Nagapwa. Lapanya. Yasharala. Waya Shalamwa. Ath. Yasharala. Waya Ibad one. Waya Ibad one. Waya Ara. Aram. Lahawaash. Ya'ai. Iwad. Ath. Banaya. Imawan. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, and verse 1. Wayahaya. Labashwabath. Hashanah. La'ai. Taza'ath. Hamalakiyam. Wayashak. Walashak. Wayashalak. Dawadah. Ath. Yawa'ab. Wa'ath. Ibadakiwa. Ibadiwa. Imawa. Wa'ath. Kal. Yasharala. Oyashakathwa. Ath. Banaya. Imawan. Oyatazarwa. Al. Rabah. Wadawada. Yawashab. Bayarawa. Shalom.
One more.
Verse 2. Wayahaya. La'ith. Ha'ira. Wayakrum. Dawada. Ma'il. Mashakabwa. Wayath Halak. Al. Gaga. Bayath. Hamalak. Wayara'ah. Asha. Rakatazat. Ma'al. Hagaga. Wahasha. Sawabath. Mara'ah. Ma'ad.
Hey, so if y'all notice the improvement, the brother right here teaches an excellent Lashwan Kodash class on Friday. So if you've been tuning in, you see the improvement that he's made. You know what I mean? Tune into this class, so you can make that same improvement. The brother is excellent now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Excellent job.
Right.
I just wanted to, big up your growth. That's excellent. All right, let's pick it up. Verse 15.
Book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10, and verse 15. And when the Syrians saw that they were smitten before Israel, they gathered themselves together. Verse 16. And Hadarezer sent and brought out the Syrians that were beyond the river. And they came to Helam, and Shabak, the captain of the host of Hadarezer, went before them. Verse 17. And when it was told David, he gathered all Israel and passed over Jordan and came to Helam. And the Syrians set themselves in array against David and fought with him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. And the Syrians fled before Israel. And David slew the men of 700 chariots of Syrians and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shabbath, the captain of their host, who died there.
So Syrians, you know what I mean? Of course, they ran. Ammon ran. We returned to our city. You know what I'm saying? And the Syrians saw that the Syrians wanted to get revenge. They saw that their boys went over there and got their butt kicked. So they gathered themselves together, you know what I'm saying? And had, you know what I'm saying, had this cat who's Shabak, who they thought was going to be some great leader, you know what I'm saying, for them. And he gathered them together, got them all hyped up and going against David. He must not have known who he was fighting against. Simple as that. David gathered our army together. He gathered the whole army together, went to war with them, and that was it. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 19. And when all the kings that were servants to Hadarezer saw that they were smitten before Israel, they made peace with Israel. They made peace with Israel and served them.
And did what?
And served them. So the Syrians feared to help the children of Ammon anymore.
The Syrians felt like Ammon set them up. You know what I mean? They got out there, they fought, they got their butts kicked so much. Dude was a big dude, you know what I mean? He was somebody big. He had kings serving under him. And when he got his butt kicked, all of them pledged their loyalty to Israel and served Israel. They ain't want no more smoke. And Ammon couldn't call on them to be their mercenary army anymore. They're like, nah, bro, you got us hurt. You got our butts kicked. You got your butt kicked and you got my butt kicked. Don't call me to your fight no more. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm rolling with David. Whatever he want to do, that's my master now. You know what I mean? Which was wise of them because they would have gotten wiped out if they'd have continued to fight us. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on to the next two.
Book of 2 Samuel chapter 11 and verse 1. And it came to pass after the year was expired at the time when kings go forth to battle, that King David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem.
So it said after the year was expired, you know what I'm saying? And it was at the time when kings go forth to battle. When do you think, if you look at the whole year, what time do you think kings would go forth to battle? It's a season. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying. Go ahead.
If I may, would be but it's like in the spring or summer.
There you go. That's what I was thinking, around that springtime. You know what I'm saying? It's not too hot, not too cold. You know what I mean? You can be out there for hours getting it in. You know what I mean? So I'll get confirmation on that, but we don't want to, it don't say specifically, but I agree with Mariah. I was thinking the same thing around that spring, maybe fall. You don't really want to be fighting too much in the summer. You know what I'm saying? But you can fight when the weather is nice outside. It's a perfect, you walk out there and, it's a perfect day to battle. Throw on that arm and go on that battlefield and get it in. That's what they did. The year expired. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, I was gonna say too, like you saying, like it said the year expired. We know the new year is we go by seasons, like you were saying, and the beginning of the new year is spring.
In the spring. Yep. So after
that would make sense.
That makes sense. You know what I mean? So after Passover, after all that, let's get it on. Like right now, we're in battle season. This is the time when kings go to battle. It's a natural thing. Passover is over. Look at what our enemies are doing. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know that they're in a perfect season for battle. Big up to the KC4. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, it was like last spring, couple years ago with the Kentucky 8.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't that happen around the springtime, end of spring, early summer? You know what I'm saying? It's the season to battle. You know what I mean? Perfect time to go to camp. You know, in Chicago, we got a harsh winter. So we don't be nowhere, you know what I mean, during the winter, you know what I'm saying, to protect the men. But then when that spring roll around, the birds get to chirping, that new year comes, after Passover, it's full steam ahead. You know what I mean?
That's right.
All right, keep going.
Verse 2. And it came to pass in the evening tide,
Mhm.
it's like,
It's all good.
that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof, he saw a woman washing herself.
Mm.
And the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
We know this story. So we're getting into this story right here. But before all this, David was doing excellent. You know what I mean? He was going at it. And he tarried still in Jerusalem. He besieged all the cities. He didn't go and, you know what I'm saying, go out there and say, okay, I'm gonna put my throne in Rabbah now. You know what I'm saying? They destroyed the children of Ammon and took over their cities. He ain't go move headquarters. He kept it right there in Jerusalem where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, while he was there, he woke up in the middle of the night, walking on the roof, looking over the city, and he saw a fine sister out there bathing in the moonlight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to lead to some problems. All right, call the next priest.
Muslims stand. Next priest. Did I register?
Azanyala, Bana Parayam, Banya Shiralam.
Azariah, Banyapayim, Banyasarala.
Yahweh Bashim Yashab Brakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yashab Barakatah.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 3 in the Hebrew.
Mhm.
Where Shalak, Dawadah.
In the wrong spot.
That's like it.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Shalaki, that was on me.
It's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 3 in the Hebrew. Where Shalak, Dawadah, where Darash, La'asha, where Amar, Halawath, Wa'ath, Bath, Shemai, Bath, Alaha'ain, Asha, it's like a shot. A warrior, it's like a warrior. Hakathiyah, verse 4, where Shalak, Dawadah, Malaakim, where Kuka, but the Bawa, Alayuwa, where Shaka, Aima, Wahaya, Mamukadashah, Matamatha, what the Shah, all, Mayatha, verse 5, what the heart, Ha'asha, what the Shalak, what the Gad, La Dawada, what the Amar, Hara, Anakaya, verse 6, where Shalak, Dawada, all, Yoa'ah, Shalak, Aliyah, Af, a warrior, Hakathiyah, where Shalak, Yoa'ah, Af, a warrior, all, Dawada, verse 7, Wayabah, a warrior, Alayawa, where Sha'al, Dawada, La Shalom. Yawab. Where's Wala Shalom. Ha'ain. Wala Shalom. Hamalakma. Verse 8. Where Yamar. That was the. La warrior. Rada. Laba Yathak. Wabakataza. Bagal Layak. Where it's a warrior. Mabayah. Hamalak. What is Taza? Akaria. It's like Akaria what? Masha'af. Hamalak. Verse 9. Where Shakab, a warrior. Pathak. Bayath. Hamalak. Af. Call. Hebadia. Adana Yawab. Wala'ah. Yerad. All. Bayathawa.
Over to the English. 11 and 3.
This book is 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 3. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?
We know this story, but let's get it. So David saw the woman. He's like, who is that? That's Bathsheba. That's Uriah's wife. Keep going.
Verse 4. And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house.
Yeah, that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? David just sinned right there. I mean, this sister must have been bad. I'm talking about bad. Because David had wives already.
Right.
And his wives were all beautiful. If you read the scripture, David married beautiful women. But he saw Bathsheba in the bath, and he couldn't control himself. Even though he knew that she was a married woman. He sent the messages to her. She was clean from her uncleanness. Y'all know what that means. You know what I mean? And when a woman's off her unclean, when she's clean from her uncleanness, if anybody's been with a woman before, you know it's time to go down. You know what I mean? And David couldn't control himself. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say, stumble not at the beauty of a woman. You know what I mean? Many have been deceived, and kings then fell at the beauty of a woman. You know what I mean? So that's one thing we got to be very cautious about, is to not repeat David's mistake right here. Because now he just slept with a married woman, knowing that she was married. Keep reading.
Verse 5. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child.
Now, there you go. Now he done slept with this married woman and got her pregnant. You know what I mean? David sinned. And it's just getting worse now. Now you done knocked her up. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And David sent Joab, saying, send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. Verse 7. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered.
Now, David is being a little deceitful here. You know, hey, tell him to come. Hey, tell me what you saw out there. How did my man Joab do in the war? How our people do? Give me your opinion of how the war went in the battle. You know what I mean? He's been, David is a very wise man. We saw that when he was running from Saul. David is very strategic. David is very wise. You know what I mean? He's very subtle. So he knows he's a tactician. He's a strategist. He knows how to play a situation perfectly. As unfortunately, we're about to see in this situation. Keep going.
Verse 8. And David said unto Uriah, go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king.
And we ain't talking about meat like we sell. He sent this brother a whole mess of meat. You know what I mean? That's a lot of meat right there. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Count. Verse 9. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house.
So this situation right here, this is an eternal blemish on David's otherwise a stellar career. You know what I mean? As a king, a ruler, a righteous man, somebody who's above board, you know what I mean, and have done pleasantly in the eyes of the Lord, and was the Lord's favorite. This is the first blemish, first dark spot that you'll see on David's career, and it's a pretty bad one. I call it next priest.
Muslim stand. Next priest. Come on. Oh, it's like. Is that registered?
Karaka, Banyahawada, Banyashal.
Karaka, Banyahawada, Banyasharala.
Yabashim Yabshabrakta.
Yahweh Hashem Yashab Barakatah. Salakia. So this is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, and verse 10 in the Hebrew. Well, Yagadwa, La Dawada, La Amar, La Yarai. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yarai. Or a warrior. Bayathua. Well, Yamar, Dawada, a warrior. Alawa, the water. Madarak, Atha, Ba'a, Madawai, La'a, Yeradat, Bayathak, verse 11. Wayamar, a warrior, Dawada, Ha'arwan, Wayasharala, Wada, Wahawada, Wahawada, Salakia. Yeshabium, Basakawat, Wadanya, Yawa'ab, Waibadia, Hadanya, Panya, Hashadah, Kaniyam, Wa'anya, Abuwa, Bayathia, Lakal, Walashat, Wala Shatwa, Slakia, Walashat Wath, Walashakab, Ain, Ashatia, Kayak, Wakaya, Nafashak, Aisha, Hadabar, Hazahah, verse 12. Wayamar, Dabada, Orayathia, Sakia, a warrior, Shah, Bazar, Gum, Hayawam, Wayakar, Wamakar. Asha Lakak. Wayashab. A warrior. Bayar was Shalom. Bayawam. Hahawa. Wamamath. Wamak. Wama Makarath. Verse 13. Wayakara. Lawa. Dawada. Wayakal. Lapan Yawa. Wayashath. Wayashak Rahawa. Layataza. Slakia. Wayataza. Ba'ira. Lashakab. Bamashak. Bawa. Ain. Ibadia. Adanyua. Wa'a. Bayathwa. La'a. Yadar. Verse 14. Wayahaya. Wayahaya. Babaquar. Wayakap. Wayakatab. Dawada. Sapar. Al. Waya'ab. Yawa'ab. Yashuk. Wayashalak. Bayad. A warrior. I don't know why I keep messing up at a warrior. Verse 15. Wayakatab. Basapar. La'amar. Habawa. A warrior. Al. Mawal. Panya. Hamalakma. Hamazakwa. Summit. Hamak Zakwa.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Washabat. Washabatham. Ma'akar Yawa. Wanakar. Wamath. Verse 16. Wayahaya. Bashar Mawar. Yawa'ab. Al. Ha'ayar. Wayathan. A warrior. Al. Hamakwam. Ashar. Yadai. Kaya. Anashia. Kayal. Sham. I struggled on that one a little bit, it felt like. All right, let's pick it up.
Okay. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11 and verse 10 in the English. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down into thine house?
David's like, did you come from a long way? Like, why didn't you go back home? You know what I mean? David tried to keep going.
Come, verse 11. And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat
and to drink, and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing.
Mm.
Verse 12. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. Verse 13. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk, and at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house.
Now, why you think this is so important? Why you think David is trying to get this brother to go home? Anybody? Go ahead.
It's like I want to cover his mess.
Exactly. He called him. Uriah's wife came to David and said, hey, I'm pregnant. David said, oh, call Uriah. Tell me about the battle. How'd Joab do? How'd the people do? Give me a good report, soldier. And when he gave him the report, he gave him a bunch of meat and sent them home so he could go and eat and feast and lay with his wife. He wants to make sure this brother sleeps with his wife. So when the months start rolling past, and when she tells him I'm pregnant, when that belly starts showing, when she missed her menstrual, you know what I'm saying? It'll line up. David's trying to cover his indiscretion. That's why and then he got the brother drunk and told him, all right, man, going home. But Uriah is such a loyal brother and a good soldier. He's like everybody else in tents, you know what I'm saying? Joab and the men are laying in the field. You know what I'm saying? Why do I deserve to go home? I'm not going to go home when my brothers fresh from the battle are still laying out in the field. I'm going to stay here with my brothers. He's being honorable. David is being wicked right now. David's trying to get the brother to go home. So when he gets home, his wife going to lay that thing on him. And then she can claim that he's the father. You know what I mean? They can cover up the pregnancy. Keep going.
Come, verse 14. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. 15. And he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die.
See what I mean? That's wicked. Because you lusted after this man's wife. You know what I mean? I understand he saw her naked in the moonlight. I'm sure it looked spectacular. You know what I'm saying? If your rib has ever gotten up in the middle of the night and you see that frame with that silhouette, that looks spectacular when the moon's shining on it. You can't even see her features. You just see this silhouette. But as we covered yesterday in the Roundtable of Truth with that whole situation with the chicks, Suki Hana and the dude Osiris, brothers have to show discipline. Right. In the face of beautiful women. You can't go lusting. Nothing wrong with lusting after a woman, but you got to control yourself and control that lust. You know what I'm saying? Just because he saw this fine sister, that was Uriah's fine wife. That wasn't nobody David was meant to lay with it. And I know how our oppressors are as kings. They call it whatever. I forgot the term for it, where they can sleep with your wife on your wedding night. You know what I mean? Because they claim it's their right as a king to be able to do that. We don't play that crap up in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What King David did right there, sleeping with the man's wife, was wrong. He got her pregnant because of his indiscretion. Then he tried to deceive the brother into going home to sleep with the woman before the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? So when she missed her monthly, she could say, baby, I'm pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And so it could kind of line up to cover up his indiscretion. And when the brother being so honorable that he didn't want to go home while everybody else that he was in battle with is laying on the field, you know what I'm saying? Right. And laying underneath the stars, he didn't want to go home and eat and sleep with his wife. He wanted to stay with the men. He wanted to stay with his brothers. David turned wicked right there and sent this brother out to the middle of the battlefield to die. Right. He said, put him in the hottest battle. That means put him in the middle of the BS. You know what I mean? Put him in the midst of the smoke and then back up. Leave him there. You know what I'm saying? he's also made, Joab is going to be an honorable soldier and do what his king is telling him to do. But that's a dishonorable thing he's telling Joab to do. Now, I mean, Uriah's blood is on David and Joab's hand. You know what I'm saying? Because of how they played this brother, all because David couldn't control his lust. Keep going.
Verse 16. And it came to pass when Joab observed the city that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were.
So when he said a place he knew that valiant men were, he signed him to a place where warriors were. He assigned him a place where it goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be ready in this situation, in this spot where he assigned him at. You know what I mean? And that's just wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he did. What David's doing to Uriah is historically a wicked thing to do. Sleep with the man's wife and then send him out to die. I think we got time for
The rest of the 10 is of the chapter.
yeah, let's go ahead and finish this on out.
Cool.
We got time.
It's the book of it's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, and verse 17 in the Hebrew. Where it's Zawa, Anashiyah, Ha'ayar, where the Kama, Af, Awa, Yawa'ab, where Paul, Man, Ain, Ma'abadia, Dawada, where Math, Gum, a warrior, Hakawatia, verse 18, where Shalak, Yawa'ab, where God, La Dawada, Af, Call, the Barya, Hamalakma, verse 19, where it's Zawa, Af, Hamalak, La Amar, Kakala Wathak, Af, Call, the Barya, Hamalakma, La Dabar, All, Hamalak, verse 20, Wahaya, Ta'ila, Hamath, Hamalak, Wa Amar, Laka, Madawai, Nagashatham, All, Hayar, Lahalakam, Halawa'a, Yadaitham, Ath, Ashar, Yarawa, Ma'al, Hakawama, verse 21, Maya, Haka, Ath, Abiyamalak, Ban, Yerabashaf, Halawa'a, Asha, Hashalaka, Alyawa, Palak, Raka, Ma'al, Hakawama, Wayamath, but the Bataza, Lama, Bagashtam, all, Hakawama, Wa Amar, it's like Wa Marath, Gum, Abadak, a warrior, Hakawathia, it's like Hakathia, Math, verse 22, Wayalak, Hamalak, Wayaba'a, Wayagad, La Dawada, Af, Call, Ashar, Malakwa, Yawa'ah, verse 23, Waya Amar, Hamalak, All, Dawada, Kaya, Baba Warrior, Ayanawa, Hanashiyam, Wayatazawa, Alayanwa, Hashada, Manahaya, Al-Yaham, Ai, Pathak, Hasha'ir, verse 24, Waya Ra'awa, Waya War, Hamawar Yaf, Hamawar Yum, All, Abadak, Ma'al, Hakamawa, Wayama, Watawa, Ma'abadia, Hamalak, Ragum, it's like a Ragum, Abadak, a warrior, Hakawatia, Math, verse 25, where you Amar, Dawada, all, Hamalak, Ka, the Amar, all, Yawa'ah, all, Uriah, Ba'ayanayak, Af, Hadabar, Hazah, Kaya, Kazah, Wakazah, the Akal, Hakarah, Hazakwak, it's like Hakwazak, Malakamawat, it's like Malkama, it's like Malaka, Mathak, all, Hayar, Warasa, Wakazakwawa, verse 26, what the Shemai, a thumb, a warrior, Kaya, Af, a warrior, a Yasha, what the Sapad, Al, but I love, verse 27, where ya Ibar, her ball, where ya Shalak, Dawada, where ya Sapad, all, but Yathuba, what the Ya, Lawa, La Asha, what the La, Lawa, Bun, where ya Rai, her the bar, Ashar, Aisha, Dawada, but I am the Ya. It's like,
Yahweh.
is one more in there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Yahweh.
Can't forget the Lord's name. All right, let's pick it up in English, then we're gonna wrap up Sabbath service.
Come. Book of 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 17 in the English. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David. And Uriah the Hittite died also.
So he sent them in the part of the city where he knew it was gonna be a fight with some hardcore cats. And Uriah died, you know what I mean, which is wrong. Keep going.
Khan. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war. Verse 19, and charged the messenger, saying, when thou hast made an end of telling the masters, Salakia, when thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king. Verse 20, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, wherefore approached ye so nigh unto the city when ye did fight? Knew ye not that they would shoot from the wall?
He said, now see, David's gonna put on an act. You know what I mean? He said, when you go to him and tell the king what just happened in the war. And when if the king gets mad and say, why'd y'all come so close to the city when you fought? You knew they was gonna shoot at y'all from the top of the walls. You knew they had archers. Keep going.
Verse 21. Who smote Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, the water. Did not a woman cast a piece of a milestone upon him from the wall that he died in Thebez? Why went ye nigh the wall? Then say thou, thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also.
So he said, why'd y'all go so close to the wall? Don't you know what I'm saying? When Abimelech died, he got killed by a woman who threw a giant stone, a millstone, a milestone off the wall, and that killed him. So why would y'all go so close to the wall? What were you doing? You know what I mean? Then the servant said, hey, Uriah the Hittite is also dead. Uriah died too close to the wall. So he probably got shot down by arrows. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 22. So the messenger went and came and shewed David all that Joab had sent him for. And the messenger said unto David, surely the men prevailed against us and came out unto us into the field, and we were upon them even unto the entering of the gate. And the shooter shot from off the wall upon thy servants, and some of the king's servants be dead. And thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. Verse 25. Then David said unto the messenger, thus shalt thou say unto Joab, let not this thing displease thee, for the sword devour one as well as another. Make thy battle more strong against the city and overthrow it, and encourage thou him.
Now see, Joab was preparing the messenger for David to be, what were you doing? Why did you go near the wall? You know what I mean? Joab know that this was a setup to kill Uriah. You know what I'm saying? He said, and also tell him Uriah's dead. Sorry, sir. But when he came, David didn't even get mad. David said, oh man, tell Joab, don't worry. Don't let that discourage you. You know what I'm saying? I know you'll get it. Go ahead and take that city. You're good. You know what I'm saying? Be encouraged. Overthrow. You're going to overthrow the city. I know you made the mistake and all these men are dead. Uriah died, but other brothers also died too in this conflict. You know what I'm saying? But he sent Uriah into a deadly situation specifically for him to die. You know what I mean? And didn't even show no remorse about it. Keep going.
Come, verse 26. And when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead, she mourned for her husband. Verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
And when the mourning was past, David sent and fetched her to his house, and she became his wife and bare him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord.
Right now, right. You know what I mean? He sent that brother out to die, and the wife ain't no better. You know what I'm saying? She's sitting there with David's kid in her belly. She get news that her husband died. And of course, she mourns because she loved her husband, but she ain't loved him enough to keep her goddamn legs closed.
Right.
Just because David sent for her don't mean she had to open up to him and let him hit and get her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So she mourned for the husband, and then in the morning, David called for her. In the morning, you know what I mean? When the morning passed. Oh no, he gave her mourning period, so it would look proper. So when the morning passed, it wasn't the next morning. Don't let me falsely accuse her, brother. You know what I'm saying? When her mourning period was over, David called for her, made her his wife publicly, and then she had the son. You know what I mean? And the Lord was not pleased with that, with these shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that to brothers.
Right.
All right, come on. Let's call it Mariah.
Muslim is stand.
Laya Shahala.
Muslim is stand. Scrolls. Man, they're gonna line up in rank order. We're gonna salute the scrolls. Double time. Line up in front.
Yahweh Bashim Yashab Rakia.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua brought you up.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Yahweh Bashim Yashab Rakia.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakia.
Marshall meets the stand. Hold on, Kadam meets to face the east. We do the Lord's Prayer and the Hebrews like it. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabashamaya,
Shabashamaya,
Kwadash,
Kwadash,
Haya,
Haya,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malawaka,
Malabaka,
Daba'a,
Taba'ai,
Ratazai,
Ratazai,
Haya,
Haya,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Paul Ratazai,
Barataza,
Kuwa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamaya,
Bashamaya,
Nathalanawa,
Lathananau,
Come,
Makam,
Cow,
Ka,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakanaw,
Wasalakinau,
Kabawakanaw,
Kawawakinau,
Kasalakanaw,
Kasalakinau,
Kabawayanaw,
Kawabinau,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Dabayayanaw,
Kabayainau,
Bonasai one,
Bonasai one,
Abo,
Abo,
Kawashayanaw,
Abushainau,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rod,
Rod,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wathapara,
Wathapara,
La'awalami,
Wawalami,
Aman,
Aman, in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy
Thy
name.
kingdom come,
Thy kingdom
thy
come.
will be done,
Thy will be done
in earth,
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debt,
And forgive us our debt
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Power, the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Baba Kashai,
Baba Kashah,
Nathalanaw,
Lathananau,
Hakat,
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 Lerapa'a,
Narapa'ah,
Call Makala,
Call Makala,
Call Manawat,
Call Manawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahaki,
Lahaki,
Hamati,
Hamati,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Arakawa,
Al-Karwa,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
the Garshan,
the Garshan,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
What Aman,
the Wadaman in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
please give us the power,
Please give us the
the
power.
power to heal
Power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of
the
disease.
power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the leper.
power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the
the
dead.
power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you, so be.
Thank you, so be it.
Parabas Israel, the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Baraklanau,
Baraklanau,
Wayasha'al,
Wayashra'al,
Wahabaya,
Wahabaya,
Sapari,
Sapari,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai,
What Aman,
Wadaman in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
bless us,
Bless us
and Israel,
and Israel
and the school.
and the school.
In
In
the name of Yahweh Shai,
the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you, so be.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahari,
Ahahari,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Izari,
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 Ma'ain,
Ma'ain,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Waratazah,
Waratazah,
Ayathan,
Ayathan,
Namawat,
Lamawat,
Regal,
Regal,
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Hanala'ah,
Another eye,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shavamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazal,
Tazal,
Al-Yeh,
Al-Yeh,
Yemika,
Yemika,
Yawamah,
Yawamah,
Hashemash,
Hashemah,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakai,
Yakaika,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Malayala,
Malayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Makal Rai,
Makal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afnapashka,
Aknapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'at,
Taza'atka,
Baba'at,
Wawa'atka,
Ma'ita,
Ma'ita,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Awalam,
Awalam, in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hill.
I will lift up my eyes to the
From
hill.
whence cometh my help?
From whence comes
My
my help?
help coming from Yahweh,
My help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharala
he that keepeth
shall
Yasharala
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
Yahweh
soul.
shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in
this time forth
from this time
and
forth
even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Al-Damayah,
Al-Damayah,
Lekat,
Lekat,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat,
All
all.
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Obadiah,
Hawaii,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka,
Al-Amaka,
Yarayamu,
Yarayamu,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'ai Tazawa,
Ya'ai Tazawa,
Al-Tazapawaya,
Al-Tazapawanyika,
Marwa,
Amara,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakaki Adam,
Wanakaki Adun,
Magaya,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'ai,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawa,
Nawai Tazawa,
Lebat,
Laba,
Yakadu,
Yakadua,
Ayaka,
Alika,
Boya,
Baraya,
Yakaratu,
Yakarakua,
Ahoya,
Ahoya,
Adawan,
Alawam,
Wayasamai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Nawa'aba,
Mabahaba,
Wahagaria,
Wahagaria,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalat,
Wa'amalat,
Palashat,
Halashah,
Am Yasabi,
Am Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Zerawai,
Zerawai,
Lebanya,
Labanya,
Lewat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadi,
Kamadi,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sarah,
Sarah,
Kayabi,
Kayabi,
Bonakal,
Banakal,
Koyashawan,
Kayashawan,
Nashamad,
Nashamad,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Da'ira,
Da'ira,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Duman,
Zaman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Sayatamu,
Sayatamu,
Nadab,
Nadab,
Yatmu,
Yadmu,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Wakazabah,
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 Wakazazal Manai,
Wakatazal Manai,
Call Nasikamu,
Call Nashiakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Marwa,
Amaru,
Naira Shah,
Naira Shah,
Nanawa,
Nalawa,
Ah,
Ah,
Na'awa,
Na'awat,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahayat,
Alahayat,
Shayatamu,
Shayatamu,
Gagalala,
Kagalgala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Napanya,
Lapanya,
Rawaka,
Rawaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Daba'ira,
Dabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Hariyam,
Hariyam,
Khan,
Khan,
Teradatma,
Daradakma,
Basarika,
Basairika,
Babasa,
Babasa,
Patka,
Wapatka,
Dabahalam,
Dabahalam,
Mala'at,
Mala'at,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwadawan,
Quadawan,
Wayat,
Wayat,
Bukwash,
Bukwash,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabash,
Yabashka,
Wayat,
Wayat,
Behold,
Behold,
Eye to Eye,
Eye,
Wayat,
Wayat,
Kapar,
Kaparu,
Wayat,
Wayat,
Abadu,
Abadu,
Wayat,
Wayat,
Da'ira,
Da'ira,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labad,
Labad,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Ah, Kal,
Paul Ratazar.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O
Hold
Yahweh.
not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still.
and be not still.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
for lo,
lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Yasharam
that the name of Yahshua
may be no more in remembrance.
be no more remembered.
But they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one
And
consent.
they are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against
the
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Israelites,
Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarene,
and the Hagarene,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
and Philistine,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sisera,
as unto Sarah,
as to Jabin,
as unto Jabez,
at the brook of Kisan,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
was perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zael.
and like Zael.
Yea,
Yeah,
all their princes as Zabah,
all the princes of
and
Sabbath,
as Zalmunna,
and as the moon,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh, my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is your house,
is your house,
art the most high
are the most high
over all the earth.
of all the earth.
Sorry, Mr. Turn. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, a Muslim, Barak,
Yahweh Shimei Yahshua Barakatah.
Yazamata, Sabbath service dismissed.